All right, congratulations, everyone. You have all basically survived Gemini Cup, which registration starts tomorrow, I believe. But now instead of dealing with the Cancer RNG of getting straightaway spurt for your gold shift, you'll have to deal with another type of Cancer, the Cancer Cup. Now, while it's called the Cancer Cup, it's actually not as nowhere near as Cancer as Gemini Cup. Gemini Cup is well known to be one of the hardest champion meet to prep for, so don't worry, this one will be easier. The track for Cancer Cup, let me just show you guys here. It's a Tokyo 1600 meter, and then it's counterclockwise, which is left-handed. It's also in good condition, summer and sunny weather. So we're gonna go straight into the what you need to prep for the Cancer Cup. Um, for stats spread, these are the stat spreads. 1200 speed, obviously, is a shorter track. 1200 speed, it's gonna be the thing that you want to aim for. I would definitely want to aim for 1200 speed. 600 stamina. I would not go for any gold recovery skills just because it's a 1600 meter. It's not that long of a track. It doesn't really matter too much if you have gold recoveries or not. And you have the also chance that the gold recovery will proc as well. And the skill points that you use to buy the gold recovery skills would be better spent on some other skills, which I'll mention in the other section in these categories down here. If you're really scared of, like, say, nice nature, for example, you can get to like 700. It should be fine for the most part. But nice nature also have some how should I say it? Difficulties in this one, and I'll mention it once we get to the late nature section when I talk about nice nature. 800 power. You don't really, depending on your Uma, if they have like power stat bonuses, then you might not even need power card to reach it. I know if you hit 1200 speed, you'll most likely have around 600 power anyway. So depending on the Uma, it might hit 800 like Baka, for example. But some power card also have some very nice skills, so you might want to consider using those power card anyway. 300 gut. Obviously, depending on if you run stamina card or you just want to get the 600 stamina mostly from power training and then also spark and all that, you might not get 300 gut. In that case, you might want to click on some gut on summer camp or like choices, for example. But most of the time, you probably run at least one or two stamina card, which by then 300 gut is very achievable. You want 600 wit in this champions meet. So especially important for front runner because wit is not only the chances of you activating your skills, it's also determined like your position of the at the beginning. So this is very important for front runner. We'll now talk about that in the front runner section in a little bit after I talk about this. When you consider these stat spread to aim for in the Cancer Cup, you'll also want to consider your Uma's training bonuses when constructing the deck to hit these spread. So for example, El Condor Pasta here, for example, has a 20% speed and 10% wit bonuses. So I know from playing this game decently enough now, with 20% speed bonus, I only need 3 speed card to hit 1200, pretty much guaranteed. As long as I play the career like correctly. At least for me, I always hit 1200 when it's 20%. With 3 speed card, I'll always hit 1200. So then you have 3 other slot that you can use to fulfill the rest of these criteria. And some other Uma might not have, some Uma might have 0 speed. So in that case, 4 speed is like very reliably hit 1200 if you play it correctly, and then you only have 2 slot for some other of these cards. So you have to consider these when you're constructing your deck. Okay, so let's talk about front runner first. And I would like to, before I start this, I would like to emphasize this Cancer Cup. You can use your favorite Uma. Okay, you don't have to follow the meta. I'm just showing you some of the Uma that are strong for each position. You don't need to follow it. If you want to use I don't know, you want to use Mayano Top Gun, go for it. If you want to use Air Groove, go for it. You know, this Champions Meet is not so uptight compared to Gemini, where like if you don't use Ghost Ship, you just lose. Like you can still win with their favorite Uma. You just have to follow some of these skills guideline that I'm gonna explain, and you should have a pretty decent chance of winning compared to people even using like a strong Uma for this race, but they don't follow these. So just follow these general guidelines of skills, and you can use your favorite Uma and still win decently. Obviously, if they obviously some of these are just strong because they're just meta, right? But like, I'm just saying you can definitely use your favorite Uma. I would definitely be using my favorite Uma, which is currently Ogre Cap, which even though she's not the best in this one, I'm still gonna use her. Alright, enough yapping. Let's talk about Frontrunner. Frontrunner will be the meta for this Cancer Champions Meet. Specifically, oh my god, I can't see. Specifically because of two reasons. Seiyu Sky's unique ability, angling and scheming, and also the groundwork frontrunner ability. Before I talk about these, I'm going to talk about some of these outlier strats here. Sakura Buckshin, you don't use her as an ace runner, you use her as a griefer. So basically, what if you run Sakura Buckshin, the strategy, from at least from what I know, I'm not too well informed about this, so I would wait until someone more knowledgeable mention this. But the general idea is that you run Sakura Buckshin as a front runner, and then the rest of your Umas are not front runner, and then you want to use all your skill point in the career of in Sakura Buckshin to get these yellow skills or green skills or whatever to make sure she stays first until the end of the race, but then she probably dies, right? But the whole point is to be first position the majority of the race to screw over the other front runner the opponent might have. So that's this general strategy. I don't know what exactly skills you want to get for that specific instance, but that's what I heard. Alcantara Pasta is also a very strong one. You also see that Alcantara Pasta's unique is also very strong in this one. She's gonna be a very strong Uma in this race. Most people will run her as a pace chaser, but some very try hard will run her as a front runner just so that she can use Seiyu Sky's ultimate and also groundwork. But then if you look at Alcantara Pasta front runner, it's an E, so you're gonna need. This is gonna take a lot of RNG and also specific pink spark to make her at least an 8 for her to be relatively good, right? Some of these other front runner that will be very strong in this one. Seiyu Sky will be the strongest one for sure. Innately just has her unique, and also she'll be coming out tomorrow. And also apparently I heard that her career is quite easy to do, so it's also very beginner friendly, at least from what I heard. Everyone can use though is Daiwa Scarlet, a very strong front runner horse that we all start with in our account, and then Shizuka is also a pretty strong one from what I heard. Talking about green skill, Summer, obviously, Summer and left-handed give you speed for this track. Tokyo Race Course standard distance gives you stamina. Wet condition, which is considered good because wet condition, I'm going to show you guys here to make sure you guys know that I'm not lying to your ass. Wet condition is increasing performance on good, soft, and heavy ground. So wet condition will give you power. Sunny day and target and sight will give you gut, and then front runner savvy will give you wit as well. These two are only. I will not recommend these two for these other strategy. I'm only including these two because of groundwork. For those that don't know what groundwork does, let me just show you. You increase acceleration after activating many skill early race, and by early race you have a very decently tight window to activate skills for this groundwork to activate, right? Which is why green skills are the most reliable one because I believe it's only 3 skill. Let me just check. Yeah, activate. You activate 3 skill. You have green obviously activate at the beginning, so if you have 3 of these green skill, then it automatically activate and then groundwork will start kicking in. So which is why green skills are more prioritized, and then also these are also another way for you to hit the condition for groundwork specifically. I bolded some of these. These are the absolutely reliable ones. If you get these skills, you will definitely get value from them. That's what the bolded mean. And then groundwork also capitalized because it's that OP. But these are also yield not that much though. So I'm gonna go to this is my Daiwa Scarlet here. If you go to this website, I can link it to you guys if you guys want. But this basically shows you all the skills that are good for this specific track. I already set everything up. As you can see, Seiyu Sky Ultimate very strong. And then Alcantara Pasta Ultimate is also pretty decent. If you look at Mouse Corner and Frontrunner Corner, you see that they'll guarantee give you some value, right? But the maximum is not that high. Where in contrast, if you go something like Unrestrained, you can if you hit it in the right time and the right spot, you can get up to 5.79 length, which is crazy. But a lot of the time it won't hit on the right spot. In that case, you get no value. So it's like it's a high risk, high reward sort of deal. Um, you have to see which one you value as a player, and uh, yeah, basically, I included gamble on some of these. Some of these other ones are also gamble. I just don't. They're less gambly. These are the most gamble one in my opinion. Corner at depth, which is also upgrade to Professor of Curvature. This one I have to talk about because Professor of Curvature, as you can see, go from zero point 0.1 to 0.75 length. But then if you go to Corner at Depth, is okay. I don't know how negative works, but Corner at Depth and then maximum 0.6. I don't think it's worth getting Professor of Curvature because it's just that much more expensive, and then it doesn't really give us that much more bonuses. So I don't think Professor of Curvature is honestly worth your skill point. I would only go for Corner at Depth in my opinion. Um, Outside of these green skill to activate groundwork, some other one that you can use, these are kind of RNG to proc also. Focus, which you can get from a lot of cards. Concentration from Tasuna. And then some other ones like early lead, prudent positioning, and then there's another one I said again. Maybe there isn't. Okay, well, early lead and prudent positioning also has if you activate these also count towards groundwork. Which the whole point of Frontrunner being the meta is using Saiyan Sky and Groundwork, right? So you have to also play around these as well. But the only one with a real condition is Groundwork. So you want to prioritize these two and then prioritize a thing that will activate Groundwork, and then you can do whatever you want afterward. Playtime is over. High health, a tail health high, unyielding spirit, home stretch, haste. These are generally decent, pretty universally good. Three of these you can actually get from this card over here. I don't remember her name, but has very high hint frequency, and also the discount for each hint is pretty good. So this card I would honestly recommend going just because it gives decent amount of skills and also decent discount if you have it. I don't know if I would borrow it though. It depends on your deck and what your plan is for this, but some other one, fast pace. This one also upgraded version is Escape Artist, which you can only get it from Saiyan Sky's stamina card right now. I would also not recommend going Escape Artist. The same case for Professor of Curvature, just too expensive. Doesn't really give you that much more bonuses. And there's a skill called Speed Eater, Leader's Pride. Nimble Navigator is also another RNG, really RNG one. If you guys look through here, Nimble Navigator, 0 length, but it can yield you 3.69 length as well. So, and then Uma Stand is also a bit RNG. You can also only get this from like Gold Ship card, I believe. It really depends on if other people are running Front Runner as well. And then the straightaway cards, I have to emphasize on this at this specific track. I believe there are 3 corners. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this track has 3 corners. The corner cards are much more reliable in this track, and the straight cards are already RNG because you have to activate it in the correct straight, and also there's not that many straights. So the straight card is a very, very last resort in my opinion to grab if you have nothing else better to grab from this list. Talk about the cards. Kitasan Black, I don't need to explain why it's good. Also gives like 2 of these abilities, or 3, I don't remember. Twin Turbo and Shaolin Shizuka. I'm going to show you guys here really quickly why they're good. Twin Turbo gives you a decent amount of thing that can use target and sight. Fast pace, Leader's Pride, early lead, Leader's Pride again, early lead again, taking the lead. I wouldn't recommend going this one, this comes too expensive, but a lot of front runner cards for Twin Turbo. And then Shaolin Shizuka, also another very strong card. Fast pace, straight away, corner, leader, early lead, final push, like it's just focus. And then also there it is, the unrestrained, and then also left-handed. So Silent Shizuka, in my opinion, let me do this. Silent Shizuka is actually a crazy strong one for a front runner. She just has everything. I unfortunately do not have this card, so I can't really use it. I might low-key consider borrowing this card. It's just that's so much to offer this card, but I'll see. And then for SR, Asian Flash and not Twin Turbo, King Halo, King Halo, that's it. These don't really give the skills needed for these specifically, but they do have very strong. The card itself is just very strong. Asian Flash I really like because it gets a lot of free energy from the event. So stamina card, Gold Ship, I include the rare one as well because how do you get groundwork? A Saiyan Sky, all you gotta do is inherit a Saiyan Sky as a parent. Like that's easy enough. Just borrow it. If you don't plan on pulling Saiyan Sky, just borrow it from someone. Easy as that. Groundwork, you can have two ways to get groundwork. Number one is through inheritance, but then that would be like that was like a PTSD from like a straightaway spurt for Gold Ship, so I don't want to do that. Or maybe I will do it, but I'll see. But another way to get it is through cards. And this one, you can actually use some of these cards if you have them, included in your deck, and then also you have a higher chance of getting groundwork and not just RNGing run, hoping the inheritance will play in your favor, right? So Ghost Ship card can grab you groundwork, which is why I included both of them here. Also grab you Umamusume as well. So it's a pretty decent stamina card. You plan on grabbing groundwork through hints alongside with the inheritance. Saiyan Sky give you fast pace or escape artist. I would recommend only fast pace though, and also a very strong stamina card in my opinion. I really like it. Very high specialty priority, so a lot of rainbow. So always good for that. Super Creek, I don't need to explain why, it's just a really strong card. Majiro McQueen, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys why I think Majiro. Well, number one, Majiro Queen, we all have it, right? It's free. We can also upgrade it whenever we have enough points. But it also give us Wet Condition, Corner at Depth. So it's a pretty good card. Free, we all have it, and then also gives 2 of the skills. So pretty good. Mayano is also a pretty decent one. The only thing I don't like about Mayano is that she doesn't have any initial friendship, so getting her friendship up is pretty aids. But she does have Corner at Depth, Nimble Navigator, and Focus, and also some straightaway skill, which I would prioritize the last, but she has some pretty good skills as well. Power card. This card here I'm going to show you guys, or else, also by the way, if you guys want to see specifically what all of these skills are from, just go to Game Tora, click on skills. Like for example, I want a groundwork, right? You just click on more, and then you can see the cards that gives you groundwork. For any of these skills, if you want to do that, go to Green Tora. I don't want to. I would go over them in this video, but that'll make it like 40 minutes, and I don't want that to do that. Um, but anyway, go back to this card. Yaino Muteki. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. As you can see, ramp up is pretty decent. Home stretch haste is pretty good. High held tail. It's on, it's on, and then playtime's over. Pretty good. So I would recommend this card if you have it. I don't know about borrowing it, but if you have it, I would definitely recommend it if you can fit it in your deck. Ogre Cap. This one is specifically, well, not specifically. Ogre Cap is actually a very good card here. Number one, it has groundwork, and it also has some other skills such as focus. These are for late surgery, which is also I'll mention it later on. Nimble Navigator, home stretch taste, corner adept. So very good card, Ogre Cap. I also include the rare version as well because if you want to go for groundwork, you don't have the SSR version. You don't have much choice. You should probably just have to use the rare version. And then also this card here, um, what is it? Mihono Bourbon. This card gives you a lot of front runner skill. Front runner straightaway, corner, early lead as well for groundwork. It gives you focus as well potentially from event. So very solid card. Wood card. Um, these I know for a fact we all have. Oh, we all played this game as of right now, as a time of this recording. You'll all have this because this is the current event Majiro Dober Wit card. You probably want to run at least one Wit card in your deck because otherwise I see it very hard to get 600 Wit in my opinion. So Majiro Dober, pretty decent card, gives you Unyielding Spirit at the very least, and then also depending on, yeah, if you're a Laserger, you can also get Laserger Savvy as well, which I also mentioned on my Laserger thing. You also have the SR version, but I don't know why you want to use that when you have the SSR. This one is also, I need to, not many people will probably have this card, but this card is actually it was a gamble to be fair, but it's the only way for you to get No Stopping Me currently, and this is the upgraded version of Nimble Navigator. And as I mentioned earlier, Nimble Navigator very RNG card, but if it hits, it gives you a lot of yield. And this is just an upgraded version of it. And I believe the upgraded version will probably give you like what? I No Stopping Me 5.85. So very strong. If you have this card, consider using it. And then Fine Motion, I'm not gonna explain Fine Motion. It's just a high wit stack stick. I will mention this one though. This one because I know a lot of people think Daiwa Scarlet, Marvelous Sunday, or Matikane generally better wit card in general. I think Fuji is the better one in this specific instances because she has Summer Runner, Mile Corner, Unyielding Spirit, and just a lot of good skills for you to get, especially Summer Runner. This is very crucial. So I would personally run this myself, but if you guys don't agree, then don't run it. Run some other one. But yeah, that's basically for front runner. I hope I didn't miss anything. We're gonna go over to Pace Chaser. I'm not gonna go in depth about the skills anymore because I already mentioned it in the front runner section. But unfortunately, Pace Chaser fan. I know it's saddening. I'm a Pace Chaser. My favorite position is Pace Chaser. But unfortunately, Pace Chaser are probably the weakest in this Champions Meet. That's because their abilities, they don't have any standout skill that will push that will really stand out compared to the other position where they all have at least one or two skills that makes them shine. Um, like my front runner is groundwork, right? And then also Saiyan Sky Ultimate. But Space Chasers don't have much of anything. You have Triumph and Pulse from Ogre Cap, I guess, but that yields like 0.04 or something. Let me see if I can find it. So I can show you guys Triumphant Pulse. Am I blind? I Triumphant Pulse 0.43 to 0.48. So it's not bad, but it's like compared to like Saiyan Sky, it's not that great, right? The green one same as before. Yellow one pretty much the same. Mile corner, and then now it's Pace Chaser corner, obviously. These are the Uma, by the way, Ogre Cap, Alcana Pasta. I think Alcana Pasta will probably be the strongest Pace Chaser, from what I know. Naruto Brian also work. Rice Shower Fan, Rejoice, she'll be pretty decent, and then Taiki Shadow also an option as well. You can also use some other ones, I just didn't include them. These are just some of the ones that, from what I know, are pretty decent, so are strong. So everything else pretty much the same. The only thing I'll mention is Rushing Gale. It's another RNG one. I think it's like the upgrade version of straightaway, something straightaway. I don't remember, but you can yield up to 4.57 if you actually use it at the correct straight, which I believe is the final straight for it to be worth the value. Um, but yeah, these are it. I'm gonna go over the cards. So I'm kind of trying to split through the rest of these section because I explained most of it from the front runner section. But some differences in the cards to recommend. Togai Tails card gives you Nimble Navigator, gives you Rushing Gale, and also her events are just very, very good because she gives a lot of energy from her event. Nishino Flower Speed, and then also the Nishino Flower Power card. These two cards are the most reliable way for you to get Pace Chaser Corner, so I would recommend at least getting one of those. And also Nishino Flower, at least a speed one, I know one of the event gives you Charming, so it gives you make sure friendship increase faster, and if you hit it early game, it can be very, very good for your run also. And then Aishin Flash, King Halo, pretty strong sweet card as per usual. Stamina card, nothing changed, no gold ship this time. Instead is this, I don't remember her name. Zeno Rob Roy, very funny name in my opinion. But she has Pace Chaser Savvy, she has Straightaway Adept, Nimble Navigator. Uh, well, that's pretty much it. But like, it's a pretty decent card. Some people might have it. Consider it if you have it. But some of these other cards might also just be still better if you have those. This card again, I would recommend using it specifically for Pace Chaser because we don't have we don't have much to offer already. The skill list from here to here is like it's very dwindled down. So I would honestly recommend using this because you can at least get 3 of these abilities from hints from this card. Alcantara Pasta is also a pretty good card. Just gives you a lot of power. One of the event gives you 30 energy, which is pretty nice. It also has standard distance, prepare to pass, which is not. I didn't include it in my list. It's not that great in my opinion. So Pace Chaser straightaway is okay as well. Sunny day. So that's yeah, and then the power card for Nishino Flower also gives you Pace Chaser corner as well, right? And then the Wick card, same deal, same shenanigan. Nothing changed there. Same recommendation. Lace Surger. Let's talk about Nice Nature first, because I know a lot of people are wondering why what I mentioned earlier, saying Nice Nature is harder to work around with. The reason is that because this is not a very like one-sided strategy dominant. Well, it is the meta is front runner, but it's not like you can still use anything, right? Where unlike in Gemini Cup, if you don't use End Closer, you're pretty much screwed, in my opinion. I mean, you can use Pace Chaser, right? But like that they have their very obvious flaws. So you can just use Nice Nature or any debuffer to just target End Closer for Gemini Cup. Where for this one, while front runner is the meta, a lot of these other positions, base surgery, laser surgery, end closer, you'll see people using all of these positions. So there's more grounds for you to target compared to like just only targeting one specific strategy. I would still recommend targeting front runner because they're the meta one if you do plan on running Night Sager, but the hesitant front runner, busted front runner, those sort of stuff. So that's the reason why I think Nice Nature will be a little bit harder to manage because you have to consider the wider spread for this Champions Meet. But I'll still focus on front runner the most because they're probably going to be the strongest one. Okay, Base Surger. I'll recap. Again, it's going to be pretty strong. Majiro Ryan is going to be pretty strong. Vodka is actually pretty decent as well, from what I heard. So their abilities are pretty solid for the laser position in this track. I also included Majiro Ryan. Unique is also going to be pretty decent for Laserger if you run any of the other one that's not Majiro Ryan. Differences, Laserger corner obviously instead of pace or front runner corner. Some of these skills that I'm going to mention specifically for late surger really. Updrafter, you can also work an end closer, but Slick Surge, Updrafter, 1.5 million CC, and Outer Swell, these are pretty good skills for late surger. As you can see, Updrafter can yield 4.2 length if you hit the maximum. Slick Surge also pretty high, and what's the other one? 1.5 million CC also has some decent yields as well. These are specifically for either late surger or backliner Uma. You can also get some of these in some of these cards that I'll mention earlier, or later. I mean, there's also Slipstream as well, which is also okay. I don't think it's like too great. I mean, it's 1.27 maximum, but at that point, you should probably want to go for some of these other ones to gamble. But these are something to definitely consider, though. You can definitely get these, and it'll work for your late surger. For cards, I changed some of the speed one. You can now use Sweep Torch. By the way, just because I listed some of these cards doesn't mean that, let's say you have Sweep Toshio, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't use Sweep Toshio. I don't know what you have on your account. These are just some suggestion based on what I see, okay? If your account has maximum Sweep Toshio, but you don't have like, zero limit break, Aishin Flash, use the max limit break Sweep Toshio, okay? I'm not trying to like force you to go with certain cards. But anyway, let's go and go through special week. Actually, I should just go by category instead. Special week speed card for late surger. You have late surger savvy. Obviously, wet condition is also pretty good. Home stretch safe, outer swell, and then that's it. But it's a pretty good card. It gives you late surger a little bit of a boost. And then sweep Toshio for this one. I believe there's a late surger abilities. There's slipstream. And okay, well, there's only Slipstream, but Sweet Toshio is generally a very strong SR card anyway, so having access to Slipstream as well also makes it very good, and also the generic cards that I mentioned earlier as well. Stamina cards, same deal. The only one that I added is Hamano Cross SSR. This one is pretty good for the laser position because it gives 1.5 million CC as one of the hint that you can get, and you can also get Fast and Furious, which is the upgraded version of Position Pilfer. And if you look at this chart here, Furious Feet, I just say Fast. Oh wait, it is Fast and Furious. I do believe Fast and Furious is also pretty good though. Let me go ahead and check. They have a pretty close name. I apologize for mixing them up. Fast and Furious is, yeah, the Fast and Furious is pretty decent also, but probably go for some of the higher one, like Furious Feet for example, right? Furious Feet, by the way, if you guys don't know what Furious Feet is, it's just the upgraded version of Updrafter. I do believe you can only get it from Vodka's SSR card, I believe. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's from Ogre Cap's card, but Vodka as a character has this, so that's why Vodka is also considered a pretty decent one if you hit the right time on that ability. And then power card, this one obviously as per usual, winning tickets, power card that we all have for free. It's pretty decent. Position Pilfer is okay. Power outer swell and then slick surge and then late surge corner as well, right? So this power card is very very good. We all have it, so it's very nice for us as well. Ogre Cap, as mentioned earlier, has a lot of decent one. Specifically has that Furious Feet available for us to get from the event, and then also the vodka card. There's vodka card, Tokyo Race Course, Homestretch Haze, Mile Straightaway, Silk Slurs, Updrafter, Nimble Navigator. It's very, very good card. A lot of hint on that one. And then there are also the Helios card, which gives Ramp Up, Mile Corner, Slipstream, and yeah, pretty good. Long Shot too if you want to go that route as well. Wit card, nothing changes as per usual. The wit category would never change it. You only really need one to get the 600 threshold, and then try to get as much hint or just raw wit stat as possible, depending on which route you want to go on that. So yeah, that's Lace Surger. End Closer. Yeah, obviously you can go for different End Closer, but I only included Naruto Taishin and Goshin because these are two of the best End Closer for this one. Why? Because wow, who would have thought the return, the second, the second descendant of the straightaway spurt, it's coming to us, gonna to haunt us to this day. I should actually bold this because it's actually if you run End Closer, you probably want to run these skills. That's probably why you want to run End Closer anyway for this race. Screen skill is the same. Um, Unique, pretty much the same as a Lace Surger one. Alcanda Pasta, Ogre Cap, and then Major Orion. End Closer corner instead of the other corner. Straightaway Spurt for Ghost Ship, and then Encroaching Shadow, obviously you'll get from Naruto Taishin. They're very, very strong still for this Champions meet, as you can see. Encroaching Shadow instead of, I think for Gemini Cup, it's like 4 to 6 length average, I think. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. For this one is 2.63 to 2.73, but these are like basically guaranteed, which is like pretty crazy still. 2.63 is nothing to scoff off of. And then straightaway spurt 1.36 length for Ghost Ship if you want to go that route. I'm not gonna do this route because I don't even have a good Ghost Ship for Gemini Cup yet. I've just been getting so unlucky with this. Oh, I could have gotten one, but I griefed myself one time, but that's unlucky. But yeah, I'm not gonna go this route because I'm getting PTSD just from seeing straightaway spurt. But if you guys love End Closer, you love Ghost Ship, and love Naruto Taishin, you can still go this route. Some of the Lace Surger skill like Slipstream, Updrafter still works here because these works for more for backliner Uma. It's like Lace Surger and End Closer. Not specifically for Lace Surger specifically. And so I already talked. A lot of these skills stay the same. Really, only gonna talk about the cards. The speed card doesn't really change at all. Stamina card, not really. I included Ghost Ship here again, for straightaway spurt. If you use any other straightaway, oh not straightaway. If you use any other Uma that's an End Closer, that's not these two. You might want to consider getting this just to have a little bit higher chance of getting straightaway spurt other than from inheritance. Power card, nothing really changes from the Lace Surger list. The only one I change is Nishino Amazon. Wait, is it Nishino Amazon? I just call it Amazon. She also have anyway. She also have straightaway spurt as a hint. So another way to get straightaway spurt through that. And then the wit card, same deal, nothing changes. Okay, so that's the video. If you guys want to take a pause the video and look at some of these stuff throughout the thing, I'm more than happy. Or if you have so many questions about this, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. I might miss something. I could have very well could have, but these are from what I know, some good recommendation for the Cancer Cup. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.